Title of this video is, you cannot live forever in a paradise on earth. You got that right, Jehovah's Witnesses. You cannot live forever in a paradise on earth. And I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. And I said, finally, just do it today, Gilbert. Just do it. And so I did it. And before I show you why you cannot live forever in a paradise on earth, I want you to watch with me this trailer for a movie. It's a beautiful movie. It came out a couple years ago. I remember seeing it at the theater. I love watching documentaries. Great documentary. You'll love it if you haven't seen it. Those of you that have will say, hey, Gilbert, that was an amazing movie. So, a documentary. So let's watch the documentary, and then we'll explain to you why there's no way, Jehovah's Witnesses, you can live forever in a paradise on earth.
This all started with a promise that we'd leave the big city and build a life in perfect harmony with nature. Like a traditional farm from the past.
Here we are, Apricotly Farms.
Molly and John are very happy about this. What do you think of this, Todd?
This is what we're fighting.
Our version of a farm would be different. Plants, wildlife, livestock, all working together. Here they are, Emma the pig and Mr. Greasy the rooster. Friends for life. We wanted to believe that everything had a purpose. We had our plan. And nature had hers.
This feels overwhelming.
But even the pests have a role to play. And these are the opportunities that fuel our farm. They told us we were crazy. And sometimes they were right.
Breaking news in California, 6 major wildfires.
I can see a lot of smoke.
We're starting to face new problems.
Knock that fever down and then just pray.
We just don't have answers for.
No. I hung my heart out to dry.
Our land reawakened.
On rooftop.
This is a large chicken egg.
Bring it on home. Bring it on home.
We saw things that we had never seen before.
Bring it on home. Bring it on home.
Have you washed your hands, John?
The hardships we face make the dream itself feel so much more alive.
John, please be careful.
Guys, like that clip. It's a beautiful movie. If you haven't seen it, great documentary. And it just goes to show that, hey, the young couple leaves the city down by LA, by the beach, and then they head up a little bit north, and then after 7 years, right, that cycle, after 7 years, they get nice balance and they have their little paradise on earth. Now, before I explain to you why Jehovah's Witnesses, you can't live forever in a paradise on earth, follow me, okay? So you have the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses right there, right? Let me show you right there, see? Now, one of the governing body members, the one on the bottom right-hand side, see that guy right there? He just makes an announcement, and he says, this is what we're going to do. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, we're going to bring paradise on earth. And I want to go and show you, these are old pictures, but these are properties that are available in Warwick area, right next to Watchtower. Okay, well, let's look at it. We have a parcel, $299,000 for 24 acres. That's huge. You have the other one at $99,000 for 4 acres. I like that. 24 acres is better. Let's see, $275 for 7.8 acres. Dang, that's a deal. So all these are going to be in Warwick. It's 3.6 acres for only $150,000. Wow, $250,000 and you get 30 acres. Damn, that's a steal. Imagine the paradise that you could do there. Whoa, 8 acres for $200,000, and look at all that water. Could you imagine with all the good filtration, and you can give all your neighbors, hey, I got some clean water. What do we have over here? This one is by Airport Road, 1 acre lot for 70,000. That's not bad. I'm sure you can use it as a parking lot, right, for people to go and park their cars while you go visit your brothers and sisters in the adjacent farms. Holy moly, look at that. 100,000, 110,000, 124, 119, and they're all next to each other. So you got 1, 2, 3, close to $400,000, and you can get 15 acres, and they're all adjacent to each other. So could you imagine 3 families moving up there, and they say, hey, let's each buy one, and we'll all be friends, and we'll all be neighbors, and we could work together and transform this land into a paradise earth. This is a good deal. The first one, $149 for 8 acres. Look at all the wood on the one for $150. $115,000 in the last one on 18 Black Rock Road. Look at all those trees. Imagine if all of the brothers got together and then you guys chopped the trees down. Imagine how many homes that you could make. That is, so let's go to the 5th, Warwick. $250,000 for 5.8 acres. And look at all of those trees. Amazing. 7 acres, 9 acres. I like this one, 7.4 acres for 124,900. Now I know that might be a little bit of poison ivy, but hey, we got soap that can knock out that poison ivy. 5 acres of land for $300,000, and look at that view, and look at all of those trees. Boy, you could build yourself a home there with all of the help from all of the brothers and sisters that everybody get together and do a Kingdom Hall type build. Could you imagine every weekend everybody getting together and doing Kingdom Hall build work? Imagine all the homes that you could construct. Amazing. So imagine this. Imagine if the governing body of Jehovah's Witness, the one on the right hand, on the bottom right, says, if you're a Jehovah's Witness in over here or over here, they start picking people from all over the place, and they need volunteers. And they say, sell your home, sell everything you have, buy one of these properties for 5 acres, 2 acres, 1 acre, and we're going to just buy all of these properties anywhere near, let's say, a 50-mile radius of Wallkill. And then next year you bring in more people, and next year. And then you start bringing people from other countries, right? Jehovah's Witnesses. And then more and more, just every month and every year, everyone is just leaving their city and saying, you know what? I sold my home. I got $2, $3, $4, $5, $100,000, $1 million, whatever. And then you go and you buy yourself some acreage anywhere close to that circle. And that circle keeps getting bigger. And then what you do is you start showing people, hey, we're going to have paradise on earth, but instead of waiting for paradise to come, we are going to start right now. We're going to start transforming this earth into a paradise. And we're going to start letting the governing body, right, tell us how to plant things, what to plant, and they can start governing. Why wait to go to heaven? You can start right now. You could tell us, hey, you grow vegetables, you grow fruits, and you grow this, and you grow that. You grow, and you guys can actually have your own little bartering system, right? The United States is bad. The U.S. dollar is Satan's part of Satan's organization here on earth, and you can show everybody that, hey, we don't need a dollar. We may need a little bit of dollars, right, to pay property taxes to give Caesar what is Caesar's. And look at all of these beautiful homes that you can buy, acreages. Now, the beautiful thing is that you don't have to preach about God's kingdom, and you don't have to preach about the paradise earth, because in the documentary, you find out that people were flying in from all over the country and all over the world. And they would go to LA, right, tourist destination, but then they would also make it part of their agenda to go to this farm. And then they would go to the farm, and then the people in the farm would give them a tour, and then they would pay money. It's like, hey, here's $5, and we're going to spend a day and we're going to have a tour, and then we're going to sell you honey. We're going to sell you, some of the food that we produce here, some apple pie, right? And then, you slaughter some of the pigs, you get some nice ham sandwiches and all that good stuff, right? And why can't you do that? So now, instead of preaching about paradise on earth, you're actually showing people how it's done. People are now going to Warwick in that area, and they're saying, wow, we can live forever on paradise on earth, and this is how it's done, and this is what Jesus is going to bring pretty soon. And we're already seeing it manifest. Now, we know that one guy in the bottom right, that member of the governing body says, hey, that's what we should do. But the other members of the governing body and all the other elders say, no, we're not going to do that. The reason why, because it's just talk. It's great talk and saying, hey, we're going to live forever on paradise on earth, but it's all talk. The simple truth is, you Jehovah's Witnesses don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. and clean that shit, that chicken shit and that chicken feed, and feed the chickens. And you don't want to clean up that hog shit. No. And you don't want to clean up that horse shit. No, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to make it picturesque. So when you see all of those beautiful pictures that you see of paradise on earth, I get an email because I'm on a Jehovah's Witness mailing list, and they're always showing you these beautiful posters like, oh, look at the new system. I'm going to show you one right now. It's from Ministry Ideas, right? Stupid. And you buy it. You buy that the earth is going to be this beautiful, picturesque paradise looking like Disneyland, right? Or if you ever had the privilege of going to over there, the Butchart Gardens in Vancouver, and it looks just like that. That's what paradise earth is going to be. No, that takes a lot of work. People wake up at 3, 4 in the morning to make that place look good. And you Jehovah's Witnesses are not known for being hard workers. So you see, you don't want to sell your home and move to Warwick. You don't want to sell your home and move to close to corporate headquarters. You don't want a farm. You don't want to go over there and have alpacas and horses and bunnies and chickens. You don't want to do it. Because you Jehovah's Witness, you're living over here. And you don't want to give up your home to go live over there and extend paradise earth. You just won't do it. It's all talk and no action. It's all talk and no action with this religion. That's all you do is talk a good game.
Don't tell the same stories. A good game.
But other people, worldly people that lived here in LA moved a little bit north, and they made paradise on earth. They did what you couldn't do. With all of your millions of people going door to door, just a couple of people, a handful of people got together, and they did what 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, however many millions of people you want to say you have. A handful of people did what you guys couldn't do. A handful of people did what you guys talk. So the next time you say, well, you can live forever in a paradise on earth, no, you can't. Because when you die, you're going to tell Jesus, hey, I preached about paradise on earth. And Jesus says, well, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? If you didn't do it when you were alive, what makes you think you're going to do it in the next life? You see, Jehovah's Witnesses, you got sold a good game. It's a beautiful game.
It's a trap.
It's a beautiful, beautiful story. You can live forever in a paradise on earth. But the difference between that and cleaning shit at 4 in the morning, delivering animals, right, late at night that are being born, and have all that shit all over you, you don't see those pictures in hanging from the wall, right? You don't see those pictures. You don't see the pictures of how ugly it looks when you're composting shit and you're composting all kinds of other dead debris, right? And all the little animals and the critters. You don't see that, in the calendars. You don't see that. See, because this is real. What they did is real. What you did is talk. Great game.
So they decided not to show up. They've been all talk and they've been no action. And now it's even worse. Now it's not even talk.
And what did they do? The Jehovah's Witnesses took you for a ride. They took your money. They had you build kingdom halls all over the United States. They financed them. And after they disfellowshipped you, and after they got rid of all of you elders, and they brought in a new batch of young kids, they said, hey, let's sell this kingdom hall and send all the money to corporate. It was a big heist. It was called a transfer of wealth. And anybody that's watching the news right now, when you're studying about what's happening in the world economy, we're having a transfer of wealth. There's a monumental transfer of wealth going on. Anybody that's following the United States dollar, what's happening in the with the stimulus payment and the modern monetary theory, all of this stuff that the Fed is doing, it's a transfer of wealth. And we're finding out that, oh my God, all of this money's been printed. 25% of everything that, or more, that everything that was ever printed from the beginning of this country to today has been printed in just a couple of months. It's called a transfer. They're taking wealth from you and they're transferring it to somebody else. That's what Watchtower did. They had all this wealth and they transfer it over there. And you're not invited. You're not invited to go buy property and live next to Wallkill. But you say, well, we're brothers. You're my brother. We're brothers. We're Jehovah's Witnesses. We're Jehovah's people. They don't want you buying property over there. They don't want you living next to them.
There was a guy named Larry Bates that wrote a book called The Great Economic Disorder back in the 90s. And there was a phrase that he said that wealth is never destroyed, it is merely transferred. When I heard that, I went, wow, it's never destroyed, it's merely transferred. There's something coming up where all currencies could have a crisis at the same time. Therefore, this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in history. So if it's the greatest wealth transfer in history, it is therefore the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind.
The only one that wants you living next to the world headquarters is that governing body member down on the right. He's the one that came up with that idea. But he's outnumbered. So guys, I hope you like this video. Remember, you cannot live forever in a paradise on earth because you didn't do it while you were alive.